I have been filming all of the Best of Beauty from 2023. I have been filming all day, everything Best of Beauty from 2023. I did a poll on my community tab to see if you guys wanted it split into separate videos, and I did it was determined by you guys to split it into separate videos. So that's what I did. I split everything into individual videos with like the different categories. So we started out with foundation for the first video, the best foundation of 2023, which I will link for you guys. Then we had the best complexion products, so like primers, concealers, color correctors, SPF, and setting powders. Then we moved into more complexion product with blushes, bronzers, and highlighters. And now we are in the final video. The best eyeshadow palettes, the best lip products, the best mascaras, and kind of miscellaneous thrown in there in the beauty category from 2023. If you guys want to see best of hair video, I've never done one before, but leave me a comment down below because your girl has been trying lots of hair product in 2023 as well. So we're going to be talking about the best mascaras, lip products, and eyeshadows from 2023. And I feel like this is probably going to be the shortest video out of all of these videos that I have created, because I was actually kind of obsessed with like 2 eyeshadow palettes in 2023. Actually, three eyeshadow palettes in 2023. That's it. I was like so obsessed with these. There were a lot of eyeshadow palettes that I was like really loving and playing with, but at the end of the day, when it came to traveling and using different products, typically one of these eyeshadow palettes was always in my travel bag, and then a lot of this product was in my travel bag, especially these mascaras. Like some of them I have bought multiples of because I loved them so much, and I think they were the best of 2023. Not a lot of lips because, I mean, like, guys, if you're new here, I don't talk about lips a lot because I have no lips. I have teeny tiny little baby lips. I do have some lip products as well. Some really beautiful lip products that I'm obsessed with. Let's go ahead and talk about eyeshadows first. Eyeshadows. I have some drugstore, I have some high-end. Some of these are from 2023, some of them are not from 2023. We're going to start out with the eyeshadow palettes that are not from 2023. These are ones that I have continually dipped into in my collection that I'm always obsessed with, I feel like. But one of them is actually new in my collection, and the other one is it's been around for a couple of years now. That one, the one that's been around for a while that I still love, would be that's Taupe from Colourpop. This is like your condensed version of Stone Cold Fox. It's a very cool tone, neutral palette. Guys, like every palette in this video is neutral. Go me! This is the cool toned neutral palette in a 9-pan variety from Colourpop. It retails for like $12. I love this one because it comes with a Super Shock shade, which is a very beautiful like eyeshadow topper, very sparkly on the eyes. And it also comes with some really beautiful, like almost a pinkish toned, cool tone shade. It's like a mauve pink. And then you also have this beautiful brown shade, which I love to use as a liner on the eye, and just take a winged liner brush from Sigma Beauty and just line my eye with it. And then you also have these really beautiful neutral shades in here as well. I can't get enough of the That's Taupe palette. This just offers all of the neutral variety that I want and look for, especially when I'm like traveling and going places, because I know that the quality is there and that it's a beautiful product. Now, the other one that is not new, but it's new to my collection, and it's the first time ever trying this brand in 2023. It was the Moira Time to Shine eyeshadow palette. I actually have featured this eyeshadow palette in so many videos over 2023 because I've been obsessed with the color story in this eyeshadow palette. And the quality is really good too. I was so blown away by the quality of this eyeshadow palette. And it's very blendable, very silky mattes. Like when I say blown away by the quality, like I'm blown away by how good this eyeshadow palette is. In particular, the foils are excellent, but the mattes are so easy to use and work with. This has a range of like warm tones and cool tones, and it has a splash of green in here as well. Honestly though, my favorite shade in this entire palette would have to be Spiced, which if you guys can see, it has a huge divot in it. This is this beautiful eyeshadow topper. I loved using this just as an eyeshadow topper all throughout 2023, and I think this is the reason why I was drawn to this palette so much, is because it is such a beautiful topper shade. to use, like, at any time. Like, you can use it on a glam look, you can use it on an everyday look, and it's just such a beautiful formulation. It's so sparkly, so pretty, so natural. It's like that extra icing on top of the cake, and this was, like, one of my favorite palettes of 2023. Couldn't stop reaching for it because it had the neutrals, had the greens, had some of those, like, purpley, almost, like, red-leaning shades, but then it also had this shade up in here, which was my favorite shade of 2023. Like, if that was a single, that was my shade of 2023. In, like, more of a baby palette setting, something that's mini, this traveled with me a lot, and it was the mini Starlette from Natasha Denona. This is her $27 5-shade eyeshadow palette. This one is more of a pinkish, mauvish color story. It has a rose gold shade in here, and then it has Galaxia in here, which is this one. It's more of like an eyeshadow topper, and I did some eyeshadow tutorials on my channel with this shade, with this eyeshadow palette. And because it's so monochromatic, obviously you're gonna get very similar looks. The Natasha Denona formula is so good. It's so easy to work with. And these are like my go-to shades, or like mauvey pink shades. Now, I actually paired this with like the Time to Shine, or there is another Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette that I would travel with this one, and it pairs really nicely with other eyeshadow palettes as well. But on its own, it's still a really beautiful palette. It got a lot of use this year because it was just so easy to work with to create some like purple or some pink mauve looks. It was just my go-to mini palette when we were traveling, when we were going places, like all throughout the last half of 2023. Let's stay on the bandwagon of Natasha Denona. Natasha Denona. Because I have an eyeshadow palette that was released more at the end of 2023, like October time, but this has been my constant go-to eyeshadow palette since it was released, and I can't get enough of this eyeshadow palette, and it's the I Need a Nude from Natasha Denona. It is the 15 shade eyeshadow palette. It retails for $69 USD, so it is a little bit of a pricey palette, but it is stunning. This is a cool toned mauve lover's dream. It pretty much is like the bigger version of mini Starlet in my personal opinion, but this comes with more of those salmony pink cool tone shades. The foils in here are like out of this world. They look wet, they look shiny, they look so stunning on the eyes. Like, I think if somebody was getting married, this could be like your wedding makeup for 2023, 2024. Like, this is the eyeshadow palette that you want. You have this absolutely stunning dark tone matte shade, brown, beautiful as an eyeliner. Some of the eyeshadows that are more foily are definitely more like an eyeshadow topper. I found that I could go grungy with this. I could go neutral with this. I could go one and done with this eyeshadow palette. It was just my favorite eyeshadow palette of 2023. Like, the back half of 2023, it's been like my go-to. It's constantly on my vanity. I can't stop using it. Like, I was so obsessed with this palette in 2023. I purchased this on sale for like $16. Somehow it was on a half price sale on Sephora. I did a little Sephora haul with it. If you guys are new to my channel, definitely go check out some of my like Sephora hauls and, you know, talking about this palette. But it is the Warm Obsessions from Huda Beauty. This was a new release also in 2023. Reviews I saw on this palette were bad. Like, people didn't like it, and I was like, "Okay." It was on sale. I've always loved the Huda Beauty formula, and I was like, "Okay, we'll try the Warm Obsessions. Like, if I don't like it, I know somebody who will, or I can return it." And I tried this palette during the fall months, and I was like obsessed with this palette. It has two cream shades in here, which is this one and this one. So we have a brown shade, which I like using as a liner, and then you have this cream shade down here, which is in a cream shade. And this was actually really nice for just like laying all over the lid and then putting the powder product on top of it. And it was also nice when you wanted a little bit more pigmented inner corner that was going to stick and not budge or move, because the cream formulation is really beautiful. Overall though, like, I used so many shades in this palette to create very simple, basic looks that were warm toned, especially when we were more into the late summer, early fall months when I got this. And I couldn't stop playing with it. I would always use this palette and then put a shimmer of some kind over it, like a one and done shade, or even just like a highlight shade. And this was literally, I would travel with this. I would pair it with the Natasha Denona Mini Starlight, and it was just such an easy go-to palette. I'm not a fan of mattes, like, by any means. I don't like matte shades that much, but this eyeshadow palette I'm obsessed with. It's like the perfect pumpkin spice eyeshadow palette. Like, it's so pretty, and it honestly can transition really nicely back into those, like, Valentine's-y months because you have those burnt oranges in there that a lot of people like wearing, and those warm browns that a lot of people like wearing during, like, Valentine's Day when it's, like, more red and pink and purple, and I'm still obsessed with that palette. I think it's the one of the best palettes of 2023, like, that it worked really, really well for me. Mascara, I have 3 standouts of 2023, and the first one, I don't think this was a new release in 2023, I think it was in 2022 actually, but this is the Curl and Volume Mascara from Essence Cosmetics. It retails for $4.99, and this is all a part of the Lash Princess line from Essence Cosmetics. This is the hourglass shaped wand. It does curl and it does define your lashes. I found that my lashes were like super floofy with this mascara, and for $4.99, you can't go wrong with this mascara. It volumizes, it curls. It's such a pretty formula. Not as volumizing as the Lash Princess False Effect mascara, but pretty close. Like, I was looking for more floofy, lengthened lashes this year, and this definitely delivered on every single level. And then we have Tower 28. This mascara I tried a couple times. I actually have a mascara video of this mascara where I ranked it and I was talking about like what's good and comparing it to my OG go-to favorite, the Lash Princess False Effect mascara from Essence. That one is my favorite mascara. But this one, the Tower 28 one, I actually like it because it gives me really floofy, lengthened lashes. And there was a conversation going on in the comments of one of my videos. It was the one where I tried the e.l.f. tubing mascara. And I was like, the Tower 28 is awesome, but it's not tubing, so it doesn't tube my lashes. It doesn't come off like a tubing mascara. And somebody was like, well, I think Tower 28 is a tubing mascara. And I looked at the ingredients, but I also looked at the description from the company, and it doesn't say anywhere on there that it's tubing. So I don't think that this formula is a tubing mascara. But anyway, so I don't personally think it's a tubing mascara, but it still provides great floofiness for my lashes, and they do look fuller and longer, but it does not remove like a tubing mascara would. It doesn't like come off in tubes. It just comes off the way that normal mascara would. And it's very easy to remove. Just use micellar water or a gentle eye makeup remover, and it does come off really, really easily. Actually, both of these do. They come off really easily. Now, the last mascara is a little bit controversial, but I think it is probably one of the best mascaras of 2023 because it lengthens, it volumizes, separates. Like it's called the Falsies Surreal from Maybelline. This is the brush right here, and this is my favorite mascara. This is the second or third tube that I've gone through of this mascara, and I feel like it does a little bit of everything where it almost tubes, but it also lengthens and volumizes and separates my lashes where they look very fake. And the shade is obviously black is black is black. But I've had like 2 or 3 like rounds of this mascara now. And the only thing that I really don't like about this mascara is that it's super hard to remove because it's almost water resistant. I have used like so many different things to get this to remove. And that's probably like the only downfall of this product is that it's hard to remove. So if you guys want like full volume in your face lashes, the Falsies Surreal Mascara from Maybelline is absolutely stunning. This is one of my new favorites of 2023. It's one of my new favorites overall. I've repurchased it like 3 or 4 times now. I love this mascara. I hate the way it removes, so keep that in mind. I don't like using cleansing balms because they tend to gunk up on my eyes and it just feels weird and just I don't like cleansing balms. Comes with a caveat that it's so hard to remove. I will keep you guys updated on the removal process and see like if I find something that really, really works. But that is just one thing I don't like about that mascara. Lips, lips, lips. Actually, I was obsessed with one lipstick bullet this year. Actually, technically 2, I want to say. The first one is the Satin O-Face lipstick in Hustle. This is an orange shade, and I originally bought it because it really reminded me of Angelica Nyqvist, who loves her orange lipsticks, and this one's kind of a muted orange, and it's very much like outside my comfort zone, but I actually would pair this with like putting a highlight on top of it, and it was so pretty. I was definitely obsessed with this formula in 2023. It is very satin, very opaque, very heavy, and the color is so stunning. And because it's a matte formula, you also want to exfoliate your lips, but it's actually a really good formula. And then the other one that I have that has been like an obsession lately is from the Neon Lights collection. It's from Makeup Academy, and it is the creamy matte lipstick in the shade Trance. This is like an orangey red shade, and I've actually worn this on camera a couple times, and I'm just a little bit obsessed with like the orangey redness of this shade because it's just orangey enough that it's not too red. And it's very neon. Usually I just put a little bit on my lips, smear it around, and it gives like a bright orangey red effect. And it kind of makes me feel pop arty in a way. It's such a fun color, but it's actually like super nourishing as well. It's not drying on my lips at all. And I do have some other lipsticks from the Neon Lights collection from Makeup Academy, and they're all really, really good. Now, let's talk about these. The vinyl lip inks from Maybelline. These are budge proof, water resistant inks for your lips. And I actually like these a lot, and I have quite a few shades. I have the shade 10 and 105 that are here with me, but I have like 2 more shades, and these are really beautiful. The way that they set down, the way that they wear down, the way that they just feel on your lips, apply almost like a liquid lip, but they last like a lip stain. Number 10 is from the original launch of the vinyl lip inks when they did more like reds and like mauve tones. And then I have number 105 golden. And this is when they started doing more of a neutral line. And I love both of these. I have a couple more shades. I have a red shade and then something that's a little bit lighter than this. But they wear down so nicely overall. They look so good on your face. And the only thing that I have to say about these products and specifically is that you need to make sure that you don't have anything on your lips before you put them on. If you have a lip oil or if you have like a lip mask or anything like that on your lips, you're going to want to remove it before you put these on so that they can be long lasting and do their job the way that they're supposed to. But overall, they are stunning lip products. I absolutely love them. Overall, they're very long lasting. It wore down so well throughout the day. It didn't leave me with like any kind of line or anything like that. They're so beautiful. I've been wearing them for a while now, but these were also some of my favorite lip products of 2023. I think I am done with the best of beauty list from 2023. Again, if you want to see a hair list, leave me a comment down below. I would love to know if you guys want to hear about my like thoughts on best of hair for 2023, but this is all the best of beauty from 2023. Thank you so much for staying tuned to the end of this video. If you haven't seen my other best of beauty videos, definitely go check them out. I've created a playlist for you guys. I hope you guys like this kind of content. Please consider subscribing before you go, liking this video, and I hope I get to see more of you. Bye!